Warning: the following content may contain spoilers. Super Kami Anime accepts no liability for any mental or physical butthurt that may result from viewing the aforementioned spoilers. If you are unsure how spoilers will affect you, please consult your nearest otaku.
Hello everybody, this is your man Joe Mahawk.
And Natsuji Goku.
And welcome to the RWBY Report. So, after a week hiatus, we now have our third installment of Season 3 of RWBY, and holy crap!
They started with a big bang.
More like starting with a yang.
God damn it, Barb!
Goku, what did you say about Crow? What did you say about him?
He is now my number one favorite drunk in anime.
Oh my god, yes! Oh man. The episode starts out with Ruby and Weiss. We finally see Weiss's sister, Winter, and man, can you say grade A bitch?
What are you doing here?
Classified.
Oh, right. Well, how long are you staying?
That is not why I came.
Right. I'm sorry.
Grade A bitch.
She is seriously,
She also shows signs of not being a giant bitch. She yells at, Weiss for, only talking about school when she wanted to know how she was actually doing.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But still, just the fact that, she wanted Weiss to show her her room so that, to see if it was up to her standards. I'm like, what is this, a military academy?
We also get the most awkward thing of RWBY trying to be sophisticated ever.
I will, reconvene with you at a later juncture. So then we have a POV shot of, Weiss and Winter walking back towards the school, and somebody kills two of the Atlas, military droids, and Weiss gets all up in his face, and Crow's just like, shh, and just pushes her aside by her face. He doesn't care.
But he does it like a complete drunk. He's like, shh, I wasn't talking to you.
And then Winter sees him, and the fight begins. And damn! Yeah, Crow is drunk, but Jesus, he can fight. And the part where she tells him, if you won't shut up, I'll take your tongue out. And he's just like, slicks his hair back, and he's just like, bring it on. Just the sass coming off of that guy. The unmitigated, I don't give a damn mentality coming off of Crow is just awesome. New role model right there. New role model.
But right before the fight really starts, RWBY just reappears. And it's like, some lunatic's fighting my sister.
Who would do that? Oh my god, it's my Uncle Crow! Kick his butt, Uncle Crow!
And then, Weiss is just like, well, that explains a lot.
So they have just this amazing fight. He gets punched in the face, and then he just, turns back and winks at her, and just goes to town on her.
It wasn't even a wink. His eye, sparkled or something.
Oh yeah, the wink comes later.
Yeah. His eye just, does a flat flink, and then he just slams his sword down, and then...
A crater. An actual crater in the courtyard this time.
Yeah.
As opposed to when RWBY sneezed dust. And Crow's sword turns into a cannon, and we started to see it turn into a scythe. But just like with Velvet and her box, he put it away. First thought that went through my head, John Woo? Did you direct this? Oh, and one other thing. Mercury sees Crow and runs off looking concerned. He recognizes him.
Yeah, but here's one thing that I'm confused at. He ran off before his sword even showed a sign of transforming. And yet he knew it was a scythe.
They must have fought before. Because remember what happened at the very end of Season 1? Crow said to Ozpin, Queen has pawns. I guarantee you they fought before.
They have no idea who we are, so we have no reason to worry.
And Mercury must have recognized Crow's Buster. It looks like a better version of Cloud Sword, and I know that I pissed off a lot of Final Fantasy fans saying that. but Crow's sword looks way better.
Yeah, I say it's like a combination of like Ichigo's Shikai and Cloud's Buster Sword.
It looks badass. They're in the middle of their fight, right? And then Ironwood shows up and stops the fight. And Winter's the one getting bitched out because Crow's like, she started it. I was just defending myself. And she's the one that gets a tongue lashing, which I'm pretty sure she's not used to. She's probably not used to being disciplined. And then the interesting part happens. We go into Ozpin's office and we find out that there's this little like inner circle of Ozpin, Goodwitch, Ironwood, Winter, and Crow. And Crow has been off the grid for a while doing his reconnaissance. Ironwood specifically has been pissed off at Crow for not reporting in. Crow is like, here's the send button on your scroll. You could send me information too, jackass. You think this is being subtle, bringing your whole army here? Or do you not give a damn? The first swear in RWBY.
When you brought your army to Vale, did you think you were being discreet? Or did you just not give a damn?
Oh yeah, and then of course you can't forget the best line in the thing. Glinda's like, I do not condone what he did, but you are in the wrong, Winter. Well, he was drunk. He's always drunk. And then they turn to Crow, and he's drinking out of a flask, and he's like, what? What? Now, here is when the interesting thing happens, alright? Ironwood takes his scroll, puts it on Ozpin's desk, shows off the hologram of his armada, and Crow is calling it stupid, saying that whoever they're fighting is bigger than that. Ironwood sighs, picks up his scroll, and just for a second, the Black Queen from Volume 2 was on it. We then cut to Mercury telling Cinder that it was Crow, and Cinder is like, we'll go on as planned.
The last of the heavy lifting is being taken care of, thanks to our clever little friend. Speaking of which, it appears we have a new access point.
And then you see Ironwood's picture on her tablet!
So yeah, your theory about Ironwood being like in cahoots, it's looking pretty plausible. But here's one other thing, a line that Ozpin said to Ironwood.
A guardian is a symbol of comfort, but an army is a symbol of conflict. There's an energy in the air now, a question in the back of everyone's minds. If this is the size of our defenses, what is it we're expecting to fight?
So maybe he is in the know and is trying to defend the Vital Festival? I don't know. I'm just thinking that Ironwood is in on it, but then, you know, that's way too easy. Could just be that she has access to his phone via the virus. Maybe she does just have access to his phone via the virus, but...
Listen, Joe Mahawk will stick by his theory.
I don't like Ironwood. Let's just leave it at that. I don't like Ironwood. I think he's kind of a bigot, kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
But whatever. We're getting close to that time, so we gotta start wrapping it up. I forgot one thing. When the fight was over, RWBY jumps onto Crow. He picks up her whole body with one arm. And it's obvious that him and RWBY have a good relationship because she's like, did you miss me? And he's like, no. But then he like smiles and pats her head, and then it's like, Crow, come here. Looks like I'm in trouble. Catch you later. And they do a fist bump, which, you know, it's obvious that they at least have some kind of a good relationship. Now, last thing. Since Cinder now has control of the randomizer for the fights, we now have our next fight in the Vital Festival. Emerald and Mercury versus Coco and Yositashi.
We're gonna see a purse turn into a Gatling gun again.
Best weapon so far, in my opinion.
I'm still waiting for
Velvet's box.
Violet's.
It's Velvet. That's her name. Her name is Velvet.
Velvet, Violet. I've heard it both ways.
We're out of time. Great episode. We definitely learned a lot. Can't wait until next week. Hopefully we don't get another hiatus again. So, until episode 4, this has been Joe Mahawk.
And Natsuki Goku.
And always remember to start your week off with a yang.
God damn it, Barb!
Hey everybody, this is Joe Mahawk. Turns out, a couple weeks ago, we found out that this guy named Trenton, pretty much the same day the first episode of RWBY went up, he started a blog that he called the RWBY Report. He actually goes a lot more in depth than we could hope to go in a 15-minute video. So link for his blog will be down in the description, along with all the other awesome stuff that he's done. On his name is the Shaman of Animation. I highly suggest you go check him out. Till then, peace.
And suddenly, your recklessness makes sense.
You're just mad because he whooped butt.